This week marks the anniversary of closing our schools due to the COVID-19 virus. There are so many words and phrases that I'm sure we would love to forget. But as they often do, our students and staff remind us that there were still bright spots during this pandemic.
When our world turned upside down last year, everyone at Franklin Community Schools decided it was best to just do cartwheels. There were times when we stumbled, but we never fell, because there was always someone there to catch us. A sunny spot was Dr. Clendening's weekly updates, because connection is huge, and he always let us know that he was there for all of us and that he truly cared. Being resilient in the face of adversity leads only to success. So let's take what we've learned and use it in the years to come. I'm so proud to be part of the Franklin Community School family.
Highlights from me this year were having all 4 of our adult sons home, which went surprisingly well, letting them do the cooking, discovering hiking and biking trails that we've never used, and restaurants that serve outside even in the winter, and also taking things off of our weeknight calendar. And something I've learned was don't ever take things for granted.
I would say that one bright spot for our students this year is that they have really enjoyed being back in the buildings. They appreciate the time that they're here. They are thankful that they get to be in the buildings, and they may have siblings who weren't in the building every day. So they just appreciate being here and having live instruction. I would say one bright spot for myself as well is just being back in the general education classroom and getting to work with Lana. I really have enjoyed working with her. I would say one thing that I've learned from this year is to try not to sweat the small stuff, not to worry about those small little details that really don't matter in the long run. So I would say that I'm very thankful for this year, and it has taught us many, many things, and we all have grown from this year, that's for sure.
The best thing about being back to school is reading books and being with my friends.
Seeing my friends like Max, Trey, and Keegan.
One of the things that's been the most amazing this year has been watching the kids be so resilient. We all had so many concerns that they were going to fall behind, and they've worked so hard wearing their mask every day, coming to school, keeping each other safe. So one of the highlights of my year has been a day when every single student in my class picked a book of their choice, sat down at their desk, and just dove into reading. Everyone was engaged. Everybody was confident that they could read. And so that was very normal in a not very normal year. But it was also not so normal expecting that maybe everybody wouldn't be able to do that. So we've all pulled together. Everyone's worked so hard, and there's so much to be thankful for. So I want to say great job, kids. Great job to everybody who's made it all possible for us.
This year has definitely been a learning opportunity. Having been out of the classroom for the past couple of years, I have not had the opportunity to learn a lot of the technological things that the teachers have been doing the past few years. And so I have been able, in teaching my virtual classroom, to use Google Classroom and learn how to effectively use the breakout groups, Jamboard, all kinds of game sites. I feel like I am now a Google Form guru. And one of the biggest things that I have enjoyed is being able to teach our new Reading Reconsidered curriculum, grades 5 through 8. And so now in my role next year, I will be able to have that experience, hands-on experience in working with Reading Reconsidered. So I think that will definitely help. And then I think the biggest thing that has come out of it for me is that I learned that you really can truly develop relationships with students in the virtual world. I feel like my kids in my classroom and I are just as close as we would be if we were in the classroom setting. And so that has been interesting, and I have greatly enjoyed getting to work with those kids.
One bright spot for me this year is just knowing that our students are able to persevere and learn and grow academically during this pandemic with their masks on. They were so successful. They were so compliant,
and so absolutely amazing. The brightest spot for me is being in school in person all year with these beautiful children, and I am so thankful to Franklin Community School Corporation for having faith and trust in their teachers and their staff.
This past school year, teaching virtually has brought a lot of learning for me that I want to take into next year. But I think the biggest thing that I have learned is that we underestimate how much our students are capable of. And moving them into the virtual classroom setting, maybe it wasn't their choice this year, but man, we have second graders who are doing so great and they're really flourishing in this setting. And they're showing us technology skills and life skills that go beyond anything that I think we could ever dream that they're capable of. And that's something I want to take back with me into the in-person setting. We can do hard things, our kids can do hard things, and if we just give them the opportunity to and believe in them, they're going to wow us. And our Franklin students have definitely wowed us this year.
As Mr. Ahaus said, this isn't just any Friday. It marks the end of the first 5-day in-person school week in exactly 1 year. At times, it's hard to truly wrap your head around just how much the last year has impacted all of us. With that being said, every step forward brings hope.